CouchPotatoGM.com is the website. Couch Potato General Manager is the YouTube channel. You guys know it because you were on it. We are back again. CPGM Headley, CPGM Drew. We're here to talk about some money. See if we can make you guys some money. It is the holiday season. Merry Christmas, Xmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year to everyone out there. But it's still football season. We're getting into the nitty gritty, the last 4 weeks of the season. And we want to look at these games and we want to talk about, the spread and what we would do based off the spread, obviously. And we have a site called Bet US that we're pushing here, and it'll be down in the description of the video. CPGM Juice handle that for us. But let's start with the first game, man. We have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cleveland Browns, and listen, the Browns are sick, man. They got that 19. You know about it?
Yeah.
That bunch of players on that team, and the spread right now is -1.
1.5. I got it here.
1.5. They changed that quick.
Yeah, it's gonna change. It's gonna keep changing, man.
Right.
Yeah.
It's 1.5 Raiders, right? -1.5 for the Raiders.
That's what I got right here.
What you thinking, man?
Hey, man, I heard the head coach, he's not going to be there. The quarterback's not going to be there, Baker Mayfield. I think 3 offensive linemen. Kareem Hunt is hurt. He's not going to be there. I seen a meme, man. The little Giants, the girl was the dominant. That's Nick Chubb.
You talking about Icebox?
Yeah. Nick Chubb is Icebox. and it's just a bunch of randos out there, man. So, Myles Garrett's still on the defensive end. But this is a must-win, man. It's a playoff push. It's unfortunate for the Browns,
right?
But it's a playoff push. The Raiders are still fighting for that playoff spot. Also, it's in Cleveland. I'm just gonna go with the home team, man. I'm
going with the home team
with all those issues.
Right.
Give me Nick Chubb against the Raiders, man. I'm gonna take Icebox. We've seen what the little Giants did with Icebox. I'm gonna take the Icebox and +1.5.
She was a beast out there. I watched that movie about 10 times, man. But I'm gonna go with the Raiders, man. I just it's a team they have all their most of their team. Obviously, I know they were struggling the past couple of weeks. Losing Henry Ruggs was big for them. Deshaun Jackson is not that. He's just kind of a guy who can show up here and there. The Browns, I don't think they got enough star power out there to beat the Raiders. I know they're at home, but I'm gonna take the Raiders. And both these teams it's playoff push. You got the Bengals nipping at the heels of the Cleveland Browns. I get it, but listen, that's too many players out, man. Too many ifs, ands, buts, and all that. I gotta have. It's gotta be set in stone for me, and for me, the Raiders are set in stone in terms of what they're gonna show up with. All right, man. Next up, we got a Saturday night game. It's the 8:20 game. Got the New England Patriots going against the Indianapolis Colts, and this is -2.5 Colts, man. Colts got the advantage. I know they're at home, but
yeah.
What you got, man? What you thinking?
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 physical run games coming at you. You got Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
That boy Stevenson.
Yeah. People love him, man.
He's a problem, man. It's 2 running backs that I see each week, man, and it's like it's him and Javonte Williams for the Broncos, man. Those guys are big, quick feet. They see the hole that they could burst. It's kind of like Jonathan Taylor, man. It's like Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, and these they little cousins right here, man. Javonte Williams and Stevenson, and I give me the Patriots, man. Give me the Patriots to win. I just don't. Carson Wentz has been playing really well this season, but I think Bill Belichick's gonna create a game plan where they're gonna try to shut down the run, force Carson Wentz to beat them. And probably get some turnovers in this football game. So give me the Patriots at -2.5. I mean +2.5.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. I'm with you, man. Because listen, I was thinking the Colts, but when you have to put the ball in the hands of Carson Wentz, although against the Bucs he actually played very well, and it was a surprise. I don't know that he's going to do that against the Patriots defense, who for whatever reason, the boys find the football, man. Just it's in their blood this season. They find the football, and we know Carson Wentz is good for a turnover or 2 at times, and can get really ugly. And if it's me, the game plan would be to force Carson Wentz to beat me. And I don't know that the Colts have the star power on that side of the football outside of Michael Pittman. Jr. To put pressure on the Patriots defense. Although I would think that the Colts would want to do the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying, in terms of their defense, force the Patriots. And I think I saw a tweet, and I think I'm not sure who it might have been. Was it Darius Leonard? It might have been Darius Leonard. Saying, hey, basically we're going to force Mac Jones to beat us. So maybe it's the same game plan for both.
Same game plan, yeah.
But for me, I know what it looks like when Wentz doesn't show up, or the bad Wentz shows up. And this Patriots defense has been playing very well. It's part of the reason why they have the record that they have, or it's a big reason why they have the record that they have. I'm going to take the Patriots plus 2.5. Easy.
That's an easy one, huh?
Yeah, that's easy, man. All right, man, here we go with our Sunday slate game. We're going to start with the Carolina Panthers going against or at the Buffalo Bills. And the Bills are favored minus 10.5. And Josh Allen, who they had a picture on Twitter where he went to the showing of Hamilton, and he looked like he was good to go. I don't know how true that picture was. It's kind of funny. Yeah. But who are you taking here?
That 10.5 is big for me, man.
They had to put the half on it, bro. They had to put the half on it.
It's a lot of points. Josh Allen, he played out of his mind against Tampa in the comeback, came up short. You got Brady'd. Everyone gets Brady'd. That was just Josh Allen dose of getting Brady'd. But
right.
Plus 10.5. Carolina. I still like Carolina's defense. I know they haven't been playing well. Cam Newton is like 0-10 in the last 10 games as a Carolina Panthers quarterback. There's some talks that Sam Darnold might be coming back. They got PJ Walker.
Bro.
I just think that they're going to keep it close. I don't think the Panthers are going to win, but I think they're going to keep it close. And that's why I like the plus 10.5 Carolina.
Yeah, man, that 10.5 is a lot, but I don't believe in the Panthers. The Bills are going to do what they do, barring, Josh Allen being healthy, obviously. And the Panthers defense has actually kept them in games, kept games a lot closer than they should have been. That Panthers offense is bad. It's terrible. The offensive line isn't good. And the one thing I can say is that the Bills, they don't rush the passer all that well. They do, their big thing is to have teams turn the football over, and they pounce on the football. That's their big thing on defense, obviously, and they're really good against the pass as well. They just don't rush. I don't know how they don't rush the passer well, but they're able to affect the passer and be one of the best pass defenses in the league. It's kind of weird, but I'm going to take the Bills minus 10.5, man. I don't trust the Panthers. That offense is terrible. They turn and they're going to turn the football over. It's in Cam Newton's blood at this point. And I think that coming in midseason, it was a nice little push and a little bit of juice that gave the Panthers, man. But you can that juice only lasts for so long, and teams, you have an offense that has changed over from Joe Brady now to, I'm not even sure who's running the offense over there now, but it's not working out well. And you got, like you say, you got 3 quarterbacks right now, right? If you got more than one, you don't have any. Is that old saying that people they would say, usually for college, not for the NFL, but it applies in football in general. So I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills at home minus 10.5. Next up, we have the New York Jets going against the Miami Dolphins, and the Jets are going to the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are they still on their streak? They're still
they're still
bro.
They're still winning.
And it's not always pretty by the Dolphins, but they just continue to win. And this is minus 10 going against the Jets. Are you taking that, bro? That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, but the Jets, man.
Not good? It's not good?
These guys ain't good, man. These guys ain't good. Man. 10. Yeah. I know they might get Michael Carter back. I think that'd be big for them. Getting the run game going. But the Dolphins are hot, man. And I think this is the time of the season where a lot of teams fold up their tent. They try to get positioned in for the draft class. The U-Haul, all of that, man. So I think the Dolphins roll and cover that minus 10.
Yeah, and that Dolphins defense has been, unbelievable. I think they found their stride, and the secondary is now healthy, or has been healthy for a couple of weeks now. And I don't know that there is a player on the Jets offense that can deal with what the Dolphins are going to do in terms of, cover 0, cover 1, do that, Baltimore Raven defense, and just kind of leave the corners out there on an island. And I don't know if the Jets have the juice or the players on offense outside of Michael Carter, maybe Elijah Moore, maybe not. I don't know. Got to show me a little bit more. But there's no consistency there with the offense, right? Just kind of out there, just kind of figuring it out, right? And defensively for the Jets, man, it's. I mean, they started off. I thought they were good for the first 3-4 weeks of the season. They just the wheels have kind of just come off, And they're broken down on the side of the road right now. So I'm gonna definitely take the Dolphins. I'll take the -10. I'm comfortable with that. I think if the Jets were at home, I might take the Jets +10, but I'll take the Dolphins -10. All right, next up we got a division game, man. We got the Dallas Cowboys going up against the New York Giants, and the Giants are at home, and this is minus 11.5.
Oh, 11.5?
Yeah, for Dallas.
Yeah, it's going up, man. It's similar to the Jets, man, the New York Giants. They're in a disarray right now. Daniel Jones is not coming back. Mike Glennon, he's going to continue to lose football games. Yeah, man, it's just bad for the New York Giants. Dallas, Zeke saying he feels good. I think they're going to get Tony Pollard back this game. Amari, they had the receivers back. So let me get Dak, man. Dak and the Cowboys -10.5. Like I said, it's a it's a time of the season where teams like the Giants and the Jets fold up their tent, back that U-Haul up, and plan their vacation, man. They're looking at Cabo, Tulum, all these places, man. They're trying to figure out where they're going in the off season. So I think the Cowboys roll in this game.
Yeah, I can tell you what's. I don't know if Daniel Jones will be there next year, or if he'll be the starting quarterback there. Let me say that next year. But I do know one thing: Gettleman, he won't be there. That I can guarantee. You can take that to the bank. Hit me down in the comment section. Put some money on it. We are doing a little gambling here, so why not? But Dallas, they offensively, man. In terms of the run game has been poor, bad. Obviously Zeke was hurt and Pollard was out, and Dak hasn't looked good, man, since he's come back from the injury. I think he had one good game, and I think that was against, who was it? Was that Atlanta? I can't remember. And then just outside of that, man, it was Atlanta. Yeah, it's been bad, man. It's been bad. So, but that defense, man, the opportunistic defense, they get the turnovers, they get the sacks. Michael Parsons, number 11, balling. He's made that defense what it is. He is the main cog, and we know the Giants' offensive line isn't one of the better ones in the league. But minus 11.5, that's a lot of points, man. And the Giants' defense, they're not. It's not a slouch defense. You know what I mean? It's actually a pretty good defense. Just the offense is just not good. So I'm gonna take the Giants, man, plus 11.5. I don't like that Mike Glennon's playing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's gonna be bad. I don't know if they put up 7 points in this game, man. But did I talk you
I'm gonna take the Giants, man, plus 11.5, or even if it's minus 10.5. If it was 10 under, I would go with Dallas, but with the half
and the Giants, they're home too.
Yeah, and they're home. Got to give them that. And it's a division game too. That always keeps things close and tight. So, all right, next up we got the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this is the Titans, man, -1. Excuse me. Who you got?
The Titans. There's still no Derrick Henry there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no AJ Brown. They might need him for this game, man. I know Ben. Last time we talked about Ben, I picked them to cover against the Ravens. They ended up winning that game.
They did.
They came back. They almost made a comeback last week. End up losing, but I think the Steelers are in do or die territory, man. As long as TJ Watt's on the football field, check the injury report. But as long as he's on the football field, you got to give the chance to the Steelers defense to win this football game. So I'm gonna go to Steelers to win. I'm gonna go to Steelers to win this football game.
Yeah, you just don't know who you're gonna get, man. You're gonna get the good Steelers or the bad Steelers, and how long is the bad gonna last, and how long is the good gonna last, right? Because when it's bad, but when they turn it on, it's like, okay, they can, they can press, they can push, they can catch up, and it's just who's gonna show up, man. And for the Titans, man, it's just Ryan Tannehill has been good pretty much all season. I think he's had maybe 2 or 3 good games. The defense essentially kind of kept them in it. Obviously, Derrick Henry, like you said, is out. Probably not coming back. Probably, I would assume, until the playoffs. Is Julio playing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with that? That's part of the issue in terms of Tannehill. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I'm gonna trust Mike Tomlin. I'm not comfortable with this pick. It's essentially a pick 'em. I'm gonna go with the Steelers, man. I'm gonna go with the Steelers because, like you said, it is do or die time. The Titans are kind of, I know they're battling with the Colts in terms of who's gonna win the division, and I think they have a game up on the Colts. But I'm gonna take the Steelers here because that division itself is tight. Everybody's in it. All right, man. I think we might want to skip this next game because I definitely ain't watching it. But it's the Houston Texans going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And would you know it? They're at Jacksonville. Would you know it? The Jaguars are -3, wow, man. And they're at home. So you got to give them their 3.
They favored in a football game?
Yeah,
that is crazy to me, man.
With everything that's going on, bro.
Urban Meyer, you heard the latest report with the kicker?
Man. Kicking the kicker, bro.
The kicker,
what is
man.
Happening, bro? Yeah.
What Urban, man.
Yeah,
man. I don't know how long your boy Shaw is gonna stick with Urban. It's been a mess there. I don't think the team likes playing for him. Right. And on the other end, although Houston hasn't been that good, they both have 2 wins. I still think the players respect Cully over there in the locker room. Your boy Mills, he played well. He's not winning games, but he's playing okay. He's playing serviceable. So yeah, I gotta take Houston, man. I gotta take Houston. Houston will win. Not even the points, 3.5.
It's outright win.
Outright win.
Yeah, it's a train wreck, man. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. Earlier in the season, Deuce was hard on Urban. He's like, man, that ain't it. That's not it. I'm like, bro, just give him time, bro. Give him time. But every week you're just getting worse, bro. Like you can't go. You can go from bad to bad, and then the following season, things can turn up. But you can't go from bad to worst, and it's getting worse every week, bro. Like I don't like, and you can't treat people a certain way, lose, and then embarrass your players, embarrass your coaches in front of everybody, and expect people to just kind of keep things under wraps. People are gonna start, shelling things out and giving stuff out to the media because they want you out, man. Like it's bad. And then you're benching players. They make a mistake. You're benching players in terms of the run game. I think it was
James Robinson.
James Robinson fumbled the football, and he got benched. And then word is he didn't get put back in the game until Trevor Lawrence said, "Hey, where's Robinson?" You know what I'm saying? Like I just the whole process, none of it makes sense to me at this point, right? It hasn't for weeks. And again, Houston isn't. These are 2 bad football teams. But Houston, you can kind of see what it is they want to do, right? And you just understand they don't have the talent. For the Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't know what the hell they want to do. I know what the Texans want to do, so I'm gonna side with the Texans +3. I'm probably not gonna watch the game, but you know what? No, I'm gonna go with you, man. Well, if you want to play it safe, you go +3, but I'm gonna go with Texans winning the outright. Period. All right, next up we have the Arizona Cardinals. The DeAndre Hopkins Cardinals going up against the Detroit Lions. They're at the Lions, and this is I think this might be the biggest spread of the week, -13.5.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, bro. Like, what's going on, bro? It's a lot.
Why they know these Vegas know what they're doing, man.
I always throw the half on there, bro. Got to throw the half, bro. Make you think. Yeah.
You think the Lions folded up their tent, man?
I don't think they folded their tent, but I think they realized, you know what, this season's over. I'm just at this point, it's about putting good tape together. You can't fold up your tent. You can't, because you're looking for your next job. Yeah,
and the type of guy Dan Campbell is, I think he'll have them out there to play. They didn't have a good performance last week, right? But I think Dan Campbell have his guys out there. So yeah, give me the +13.5.
Not too much.
That's a big one. Arizona, they haven't really looked right. You know, they've won some football games. They lost last week in that divisional game to the Rams.
Right.
No Hopkins. Kyler Murray, you know, he's getting back in. You know, he missed a couple games.
Right.
No, James Conner, he might not play this week. He's hurt. He's been actually their best player.
I would agree.
The last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And he might not go. So yeah, I think the Cardinals do win this football game, but I'll take the plus 13.5 Detroit.
The thing is, Detroit's gonna fight, man. They're gonna lose.
That's why.
They're gonna lose double digits, but they're gonna fight. They're gonna score late. Yeah, man. I'll take Detroit, man. I'll take Detroit plus 13.5, man. I'll take that. I'll do that, man. Next up, we got your team, man. Atlanta Falcons.
Win last week.
Yeah, I mean,
still in the playoff hunt right now.
Y'all are in the playoff hunt. But you might get put out of your misery this week, going against the San Francisco 49ers at the 49ers. Gonna have that jet lag going to the West Coast. It's minus 10, bro, for the 49ers. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna go plus 10 Atlanta. Playoff race,
right?
Looking for that last seed, that wild card spot. You know, you got a veteran quarterback in Matt Ryan. You know, he's not falling up his tent. And when they have Cordero Patterson, the Falcons are in football games. Yeah. They might not win them all, but they're always in football games with him on the field. So, you know, the defense has been playing well. I know the 49ers, they probably get back Eli Mitchell this week. I think that's big for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, plus 10. Atlanta's not one of those teams like the Jets or the Giants, man. They're still fighting. So I think they'll cover that plus 10.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I definitely think they'll cover that plus 10. I think it might look ugly. They could surprise you and win it. You know, let's see what Arthur Smith and them boys got in terms of some grit and see if they can, you know, stay in position in terms of the playoffs. But yeah, I'm gonna take the plus 10. I know the 49ers, they've kind of flipped the switch.
Yeah, they've been looking good.
And they understand, hey, we gotta make this run. We gotta, you know, playoffs. we gotta make these playoffs, right? And they're starting to get healthy as well. So, but I'll take Atlanta plus 10. If Atlanta wasn't in the playoff race easily, I would take the 49ers. But you know, and what have I said about the Falcons, man? They can lose to anybody, they can win to anybody, but it usually comes down to the fourth quarter when they kind of fall apart there. So, all right, man. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals going up, or will they be going up, or they be going to the? I guess they be going west.
Yeah. Over
to Denver, Colorado. The Broncos, man. The Broncos are favored minus 2.5. What you thinking?
Bengals been on a little skid lately, right?
Right.
Last couple of weeks. Joe Burrow, dealing with a little, injury right now.
Mm-hmm.
He should be out there. They kind of got away from Joe Mixon a little bit. I think you need to start feeding him again. And it's something with Denver, yo. It's like, I know they can run the football. I know Teddy does his Teddy thing, but I have a hard time picking them. I always have a hard time picking them, man. So I think Cincinnati have more fight in them. They're both 7-6 teams in that playoff hunt. Yep. But I think Cincinnati will have a little more fight in them. And give me the Bengals to actually win this football game.
Wow.
I got a lot of upsets this week, man.
This is a tough one. And this, for me, I'm not sure. I know, obviously, Denver is at home. And like you said, both teams are trying to, vie for a playoff spot. And the Bengals have to catch the Browns, right? That's who they're catching at this point right now. And, it's just, man, there's something missing with Denver. I'm not sure what it is, man, but something is missing. But I like the Bengals, man. I really like the Bengals. I like what they're doing. I believe in the Bengals. I think they're going to make the playoffs, and I think this is one of those games that's going to push them, propel them to do that. So I'm going to go with plus 2.5 with the Bengals. We have the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams, and what is this? I know Seattle ain't favored, but I know it's minus 4.5 for the Rams, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got here.
Right. Just making sure. There's a lot of pandemic protocol going around the league, if you get my drift. In terms of who's going to play, who's not going to play. And it has a lot to do more with the Rams than the Seahawks. And I know the Seahawks, they lost Jamal Adams for the year. That's a big hit for them in terms of applying pressure. But I don't know that does anything in terms of their secondary. But Um, the Rams, man, they went out there and they played the Cardinals and they beat the Cardinals, a really good game. And they knew they had to have it, had to stay on the playoff push. They might actually be challenging the Cardinals for actually the division at this point now, because I think they're a game back or maybe a game and a half back of the Cardinals. And obviously the Cardinals, they lost DeAndre Hopkins for the year with a knee injury, so they may have a chance here to catch them. And this is a game that they have to win. Obviously, it's a division game. -4.5. I think I'm very comfortable taking this. I know you got Russ over there, and let them cook and all that. But I think that the Rams understand what they have to do and what they need to do, and winning this game, this division game, is going to go a long way.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. I think the Rams 4.5. I actually like it a lot. I like the Rams to cover this 4.5 a lot. That defense always played good against Russell Wilson, man. Aaron Donald, I think he had like 3 sacks last week against Arizona. I think he get a couple more this week. He's going to make his push for defensive player of the year these last couple of games. And then I like what the Rams are doing overall, man. I think they kind of figured it out, and they're doing it through the run game. They put a lot of 6 offensive linemen. Like McVay has never done that since he's been there. And all of a sudden, these last couple of weeks with Sony Michel, they've been trying to run the football more, get more physical, set up some play action. They caught Van Jefferson deep last week. Odell's coming, but Odell might not play in this game. Yeah, he has the pandemic protocol going on. But I do believe that the Rams, they're starting to figure it out, and I think they're going to cover this 4.5 pretty easily.
This is what a lot of people have been talking about, and we've been talking about here in terms of McVay kind of making that change, that evolution. What are you going to do different? Because we've seen it all. Everybody's seen it all. The book is out, and he was kind of forced into it with all the injuries with Stafford and stuff. You can't just continue to drop back and throw the football. So, it's appreciated. Head nod, cap tip to Sean McVay there. All right, man. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers at the Baltimore Ravens, and that spread is -5.5. And I'm assuming that is Green Bay.
Yeah, and it's only because of Lamar Jackson's status.
Right.
If he plays in this football game and he gets the green light, that spread's going to change drastically, in my opinion. I'm not sure if they'd be favored, but it'll come down some.
I think the Packers will stay favored.
Yeah, I think so too.
-5.5, bro. Are you comfortable with that?
It depends if Lamar plays. If Lamar plays, I like the +5.5. If he doesn't, I like the -5.5. It's a caveat to it, man. If Lamar's there, I think they keep it close and they could potentially win this football game. But if he's not there, Green Bay is going to continue to roll, man. So I could leave it there, man. It depends on Lamar Jackson's status.
So you don't think because the Ravens are hurting in the secondary, and you don't think that plays a big factor? I know obviously Lamar thing is huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
That's just lay that out. Obviously,
no, he's gonna play a factor. Devontae gonna get his.
Right.
He gonna get his. Another 100 yards, another couple TDs. It's clock work for him, man. So, but I do think with Lamar there, the Ravens will be able to, run the football better, have drives, longer drives. It won't be 3 and outs and punt, So I think him on the offense could help neutralize that Green Bay Packers offense.
I like the Green Bay defense, though. They figured it out. Another team that's figured it out in terms of their defense, getting pressure up front, which is looming big for them. And the secondary is coming together, and the way they play defense. Although it seems the formula is to blitz.
Yeah.
The Ravens. That seems to be what the formula is, and they've yet to kind of fix that or figure out how to beat it. So, and I don't know that the Packers are a team that's willing to change their scheme in terms of what they do. But it comes down to Lamar at the end of the day, man. Yeah, I'm with you in terms of what you said. If he plays, I'm comfortable taking the +5.5, but obviously that's going to change.
It's probably going to change, yeah.
Yeah, if you got a good inkling, you hear some good news, you take your +5.5, obviously. Man, it comes down to Lamar. It comes down to Lamar, man. Whether you take the Ravens or the Packers there. All right, man. Next up, we got the Sunday night football game, man.
Oh, the big one, huh?
We got the New Orleans Saints going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs are at home, and right now it's -11, man. How you feel about that?
Too much, man.
It's too much.
The Saints play y'all good. The Saints usually play y'all good, man. Divisional game.
They do.
How the Saints like to play defense kind of bothers Brady a little bit.
Right.
Tough, physical, in your face. Taysom Hill's gonna do the runaround. He's gonna get some like 3-4 drives together. I think they're gonna keep it closer than 11 points. So I do have the Bucs winning, but I like New Orleans +11 in this one.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, so I'm just gonna throw a couple things out there because I'm undecided. Maybe I can talk myself into one way or the other. I know that today Leonard Fournette missed practice. He's got a little ankle thing going on.
He should be good.
He should be good. But just putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that the Bucs have done in the past couple of weeks since playing the Saints is to throw the football out the backfield to Leonard Fournette, him catch it and make plays. Like that's something that he's done since that game. And the Bucs are starting to evolve their run game. Before it was probably the most basic run game in the league, and they've kind of added some elements to it. Doing some different things. I do think the Bucs probably have the best offensive line in the league, to be honest with you. Just run and pass, just in general. But again, the way that the Saints want to play ball and the way that the Bucs want to play ball, they don't match up well in terms of the Bucs offense going against the Saints defense, like you said. But I think the Bucs have kind of figured out what to do, and they've shown that these past couple of games. And also with what Josh Allen did last week, in terms of the run game, he was the run game. I know Singletary got off a little bit. I think the Bucs kind of eased up, and those runs were kind of just, easy for them. But in terms of Josh Allen, those weren't supposed to be easy, and I think Taysom Hill, I think Sean Payton can kind of treat Taysom Hill a little bit like that in terms of, hey man, let's have our quarterback run. And when you do that, you have that extra blocker out there. You have the advantage in terms of numbers. Let me say that, right? And we're gonna have to find out if the Bucs can defend that. I definitely think the Bucs obviously win the game because they just don't have the star power. Obviously, Kamara, Gumby's gonna be out there, but it's Kamara or bust, right? At this point. And you got Taysom with the finger issue and everything. So, but I'm gonna take the Bucs at home -11. All right, man. Last game of the week, the Minnesota Vikings going against the Chicago Bears, and obviously the Vikings are favored -3.5. Who you got?
Yeah, this is another easy one for me. This is one of the easier ones, man. I know the Bears, they battled Green Bay last week, but to me it was just big plays. They didn't really sustain many drives. They had the special teams touchdown. Grant. He broke one. So I don't think they're going to be consistent on offense. Right. And Minnesota, man, you got Dalvin Cook. You see what Dalvin Cook did last week. Right. To the Steelers, man. That boy ran wild, and I think he's gonna continue to do that. I think Minnesota is gonna make a push to make the playoffs. So I think it's them or the 49ers. I still can't decide who's gonna get that last wild card spot, but
yeah, and you know what? The Vikings are starting to turn into, and we already knew it here at CPGM, but what we wanted Zach Taylor and the Bengals to do, which is give the football to the guy in the backfield, the baller. Matter of fact, those guys came out the same draft, and Joe Mixon and Dalvin Cook. He should have been a Buck, by the way, but we'll leave that there.
You on that trade now? I know you was fighting it for a while. OJ Howard.
No, I was trying to make sense of it, bro, and they should have drafted Dalvin Cook. Man. Yeah, they should have drafted him, but
you got Tom Brady.
No. That wasn't the argument. Was they could have had both.
They could have had both.
They could have traded. That was the argument. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's about Dalvin. It's about what Kirk Cousins is going to show up, right? If it's the bad Kirk Cousins, then we need to see 30 carries from Dalvin. If it's the good Kirk Cousins, we can cut that down to about 20. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of that's what you have to figure out. That's what you need to know going into this game. By the end of the first quarter, maybe a couple plays into the second quarter, you'll know what you need or what you need to do whether it's going through Kirk Cousins or going through Dalvin. But, obviously we're going to lean over here towards Dalvin. And like you said, the Bears didn't really sustain any drives. They were in that game because of big plays, and you can't win games consistently. You can't be consistent just thinking, hey, big play after big play. So, I'm going to go with the Vikings. They're in a playoff push. They have that urgency. I think this will be a good game. I think it'll be a tight game, but I think the Vikings probably will pull away but towards the end of the game. And so I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings -3.5. But there you have it. That's no bye weeks this week. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. The site that we're talking about is BetUS, down in the description. Check it out. Make you some money. It's holiday season.
This is time to gamble, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. I've been winning some money, man, and yeah, man, I've been winning a little bit of money out here, man. And I think it gets easier around this time. Like I said, the teams fold up the tent, man, and those big spreads like -10.5, like Giants, Jets.
Right.
You can cover those.
The games you want to stay away from are the games where the two teams have to actually make the playoffs and the point spread is tight. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Yeah. So, but unless you know something everybody else don't know, you got that inside knowledge, then you're going to make your play. But CouchPotatoGM.com is the website. Couch Potato General Manager is the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, please. Hit the subscribe button. It's like it doesn't cost you anything. Like I don't understand. Hit the like button. Hit the comment. Hit us down in the comment section. And people like to let you know when you do wrong, right? So let us know if we said something incorrect. We not gonna hurt our heart. It's all good. Like, subscribe, comment.